Capito.
Madam Chair, and it's good to see you. I'm sorry I missed your confirmation hearing. I hope it wasn't too tough on you there. I think you kind of breezed through that one pretty well, but it's nice to see you.
I was fortunate.
I'm pleased to see that what was formerly the Restore L, which is the OSAM 1, which is the funding level for in the budget request. There's great work being done in my home state in West Virginia at the West Virginia Robotic Technology Center. This is where you're working on restoring satellites in space instead of just letting them, drift off, and it makes a whole lot of sense. And so I don't know if you can elaborate on that and how that's going and why you feel that it's a high priority for NASA.
Yes, ma'am. When you put up a highly sophisticated instrument and it has a glitch, or say it starts running out of fuel, and here's this multi-million-dollar spacecraft, we are now developing the technology that you can send out basically what the Hubble rescue mission did with astronauts to repair the Hubble defective lens, in this case, to go robotically to the spacecraft that needs this mechanical fix, this additional gas in order to have the fuel that it needs to continue its life, or whatever repair is there. And that's being done. And the sophistication of spacecraft that can do this at a point way up there on orbit, and you can rendezvous robotically and fix that spacecraft. And that's what the project is that you were speaking about.
And as I said, some of that work's being done in West Virginia. And you read in the paper quite a bit, and it seems like more and more, that space debris it is becoming a problem. And so I'm sure with the OSAM 1, obviously, since you can repair in space and elongate the life of a satellite or something, obviously could help address some of that issue.
Yes, ma'am.
Comment on that.
And in this budget of the president's, there's $227 million there.
Great.
For this project.
Great. I know Senator Manchin mentioned the IV&V Center in our state as well, and we're very proud of the workforce there. They do a lot of internships with West Virginia University and Fairmont State. I think they still have capacity there to help across really all parts of government to do the verification that they do. So I would just encourage the emphasis that you all at NASA have put on that facility to increase the footprint and utilize the workforce there. Because, I mean, it's not like they've got plenty to do, but they have some more capacity, I think, where they could do more. So
yes, ma'am, and I said to him that I hope the two of you will invite me to come. I'd like to go with you. I want to see it.
Yeah, it's
and then I told him a story about Katherine Johnson.
She was an amazing woman. Which brings me to my last thing I wanted to ask you. We had Peggy Whitson, who was a very famous female astronaut, who interestingly is going to be the pilot for one of the private venture into space. I saw her name listed. And she was such an I took her to classrooms, and such an inspiration to our youngest generation of particularly young women, girls, that when she told the story that she became inspired by seeing somebody walk on the moon when she was in second grade, that's when she decided she wanted to try to be an astronaut. And we've also did a remote with a female astronaut who was actually American, who was in Russia at the time. I think I told you this on the phone. And that there again, to that next generation of dreamers and aspirational young women, is this a big area of influence for NASA in terms of trying to diversify the workforce in a lot of different ways? But I'm specifically asking about women, so I know there's going to be one going to the moon. I'm excited about that.
Absolutely. I go back in my history, I've already recounted for the committee that the first real breakthrough on astronauts in diversifying was the class of 78, the first space shuttle group of astronauts. And a lot of it came from NASA having a contract with a former actress who played Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek. And she went out and recruited women and minorities. And that was quite a diverse class that broke the mold of the test pilot who could only be so high and had to weigh so much in those early space days. And so now we've got a very diverse astronaut corps. Same with the employees at NASA. We are being very mindful to diversify. This, I believe, is directed for the entire executive branch of government, but I take it very, very seriously, as I did as senator. We had, I think, we had a percentage of more women in my Senate staff than only one other senator. So I take this very seriously.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being here with us today. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.